Welcome to the Published and Paid podcast, where we share book, business, leadership, and life lessons in 20 minutes or less to help you build a thought leadership brand and business. My name is Jasmine Womack. I'm a former middle school language arts teacher turned seven-figure entrepreneur, and I am glad that you are here. Let's get started. Welcome back to another episode of the Published and Paid podcast with Jasmine Womack. Today's episode, we're talking all about how hiring a writing consultant can help you even if you are a strong writer. Now, before we get into today's episode, I think it's very, very important to understand the difference between a writing coach and a writing consultant, because oftentimes, especially in the online coaching space, they are referred to as the same thing. But there are distinct differences between a writing coach and a writing consultant. For instance, a writing coach serves more of as a guide or motivator, and they focus on your long-term development. They're there to help you through your mindset issues and help you to hone in your writing habits. Whereas a writing consultant is more of a project-focused expert, providing practical feedback to help improve specific parts of your writing and or even your business, the business of the writing. It's very important that you understand the differences between the two, because a writing coach, for instance, is going to work as more of a mentor, providing guidance, encouragement, and accountability. They're going to help you to clarify your vision. They're going to help make sure that you're on track to meet your goals. They're working with you to help you to serve as support as you determine your outcome and hold you accountable to achieving that outcome within the time frame that you say. They're there to provide support as you go through the process and, encounter life and other circumstances that have the potential of getting you off track. Whereas a writing consultant is providing their expertise. They're providing specialized feedback. They're giving a critical eye, and they're providing solutions on your book and potentially in the business aspect as well. The writing consultant their job isn't necessarily to keep you on track. Their job is to provide guidance and strategy and advice, either on the project or specific parts of the project. And it's very, very important that you understand the differences between the two. Like, for instance, some parts there can be some overlap between the two. I know, like in our programs in Impact University, and also with my one-on-one clients, there's always some overlap of consulting and coaching, because of course you have the mindset things you got to coach clients through. But the majority of the work that we do is consultant work, providing the strategy, providing the how-to, helping you to overcome the roadblocks, telling you step by step what to do in order to have success with the project. Like managing your time, that's not the job of a consultant. Like if you were to come into any of our group programs, we start off with helping you to create a project management plan and helping you to set deadlines and create a timeline for yourself. But that's your responsibility to make sure that you stick to that timeline. And so I wanted to talk about the differences between a writing coach and consultant, because that's extremely important, especially in today's episode. One of the things that I encounter, especially when it comes to extremely qualified, credentialed, or even intelligent people who may be great professional writers, is that they think that they don't necessarily need help with bringing their book to the world because they can figure it out and because they're a strong writer. And this is how I felt with my first book. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a strong writer. I actually teach language arts. I'm the writing coach at my school. That's where I was at that period of time. I don't need help. But as I actually began to write and I got caught in this cycle of writer's block, I realized the need for even me as an expert to need to have help, especially as I got past the writing part. But now it was time for me to go into the marketing. It was time for me to go into the sales, into the brand building, the promotion. And I didn't have a clue where to start with that, because that requires success in those areas requires more than just being a great writer. But all too often, I encounter people who kind of like to glean from the information, but they never really move forward with making a solid consulting commitment to take their book and the business to the next level, because they feel like they're a strong writer and they don't need help. And we've even had people that have come through our free workshops, which I'm not mad. Like, if you can pick it up and go run with it, then by all means do that. But what happens is, because some people have a mindset issue around paying for the help that they need when it's not school related. Like, we'll pay for help when it's school related, right? We'll even pay for trainers. But when it comes to things business related, then there sometimes is an apprehension around investing in help with that. And because you feel like you're a strong writer, I was like, I'm a strong writer. I don't need help with that. I can figure it out. And so you'll use the free information, but the book that you write or end up publishing is not positioning you to grow your business. It's not positioning you to grow your brand. The content could be great, but because of how you have it titled, because of the subtitle, you're missing call to actions and money marketing magnets throughout your book. And because of the book cover design that you chose, you've cannibalized, you've destroyed your long-term monetization efforts simply because you want it to be on the do-it-yourself bus. Even seasoned writers can benefit from working with a writing consultant and a business strategist. Because as I've said before, writing is one thing, but actually marketing, monetizing, building the brand, becoming a household name, that requires a different set of skills and different knowledge. So when you're working with a writing consultant, like myself, I'm not just a writing consultant, I'm a writing consultant and a business strategist. So like when you come into, say, for instance, the Authority Collective, which is the program, the group coaching program where we work with leaders to help them write books and become household brands. You're going to not just get coached, but you're going to get the step-by-step that you need to do your market research, to write your manuscript, to navigate the editing process and have access to our vendors, to actually put the tech together, or even bring someone in from your team to put the tech together so that you can create your sales systems, your upsells, your downsells. I just got an idea from listening to this, from listening to me speak too. I should provide a whole entire done for you package where we do all of that for you. But needless to say, I'm going to continue on. But it is a writing and business strategy program where myself and the team are consulting you through how to actually implement each and every one of these elements with your book and business, so that you don't just have a manuscript, but that you have a book, you've got your sales system set up, you've got your publication and distribution system set up, you decided on your shipping strategy, and now you're learning how to create the content, how to create your own signature show, so on and so forth. A consultant is going to not talk to you about the what, but they're going to show you step by step the how. Step by step the how. In a way that is easy for you to learn, follow, do, and execute. Now, if you are a strong writer, there's still a benefit in hiring a writing consultant or enrolling in a program that's going to help you bring your book to life and expand your brand. Consultants will bring an unbiased view to your book and to your business that's going to help you identify your blind spots. This is especially true when it comes to some of those pivotal marketing elements like your title. And I've met experts over the years who are writing books, and they are just so tied to a title. But the title makes no sense to nobody except for them. And so when you hire a consultant, you have to be open to the strategy that they're going to give you, because they don't have a dog in the fight. If you were to come into our group coaching programs, or even if you were to hire me to, work with you one-on-one, I don't have a dog in the fight. At the end of the day, it's your results. So I'm looking at what you're bringing me with an unbiased view. When our clients submit their assets in for review and feedback, we're looking at it with a trained eye, with a professional eye, with eyes that have studied this industry for the past 10 years. But we're also bringing unbiasedness. Like, I'm going to tell you what it is, and it's up to you to heed the wisdom or not. Like, at the end of the day, if you decide not to listen, cool. And if it works out, great. But I've ran into too many people that will ask for feedback, but because the feedback didn't align with what they thought it should, they didn't listen. And then at the end of the day, their sales and their momentum wasn't even what they wanted it to be. But that was because they didn't listen to some foundational things. So when you hire a coach or a consultant to work with you, you've got to and you need to vet them properly. But you've got to understand that when you hire someone that's experienced and they want the best for you, they're not getting anything out of you making mistakes. They want you to succeed. They're giving you feedback with an unbiased perspective. So don't take it personally. Just take the feedback and then implement it into your business. Now, a consultant can still help you keep you on track with your deadlines, but it might look differently than what a coach does. The accountability might be structured a bit differently. So like, for instance, it's the difference between working in a group coaching program and working with someone one-on-one. Of course, there's a difference in the investment level because of the level of access that you have. But in our group programs, our team is sending out, emails on a monthly basis, checking in. Hey, where are you with this? We haven't seen you on the calls. How is everything? Do you need support with anything? If there's anything you need feedback on, here's the link. Make sure you submit your assets so Jasmine can give you feedback, right? I will pop into our community groups with a quick mindset check. Hey, we created your project management plan. Where exactly are you with that? Are you holding yourself accountable? Here's the thing. Entrepreneurship, writing a book is a part of being an entrepreneur. You're creating a product to sell in your business. And as the CEO of your business, you shouldn't need anyone in your ear constantly motivating you. You have to be self-motivated if you want success in your business, if you want your brand to grow. Like, it's honestly really that simple. And I think that sometimes people try to give too much responsibility to the people that they hire. Like, the person that you hire is there to do the job that you hired them to do. They're not there to babysit you. And as an adult, as a professional, and as the CEO of your own business, you have to own where you are, and you have to learn how to show up for yourself, even when life is happening, even when you feel like you've derailed. Like, I honestly haven't even cracked open how the last 2 years have been for me personally. There has been so much that's happened, but you know what? Folks will never know because it's none of their business. That's between me, my family, and God. And one of the things that I've learned is how to show up even in the face of disappointment, even in the face of distress, even when you feel like life is falling apart. How to still show up. And I thank God that I've learned the lesson, because there is going to come a point in time where I do talk about it, where I talk about the year and a half time period that I was in court with my daughter's father, the medical diagnoses, some things that I experienced with my husband that really tested our marriage, but we made it through. Like, life is going to happen. But as the CEO of your own business, you still have to make the commitment to show up for yourself and for your clients. Like, your clients have nothing to do with what's going on with you personally. So you've got to learn how to compartmentalize, and you've got to learn how to be committed. And this is why I was saying, I believe it was in one of the previous episodes. I think it might have been episode 23 or 24, like the art of speaking up. Like speaking up and vouching and saying, hey, this is the support that I need right now, and not caring about the pretentiousness around it. Okay. But going back to my point. Yes, you have to learn how to be the CEO of you before you learn how to be the CEO of a business. You've got to learn how to be the CEO of you. Now, when you're in the industry, or when you're in the market for looking for a writing consultant, you got to understand that the person that you hire is going to give you the how-to. Your consultant is going to give you personalized feedback. Even if you are an experienced writer, the personalized feedback on your writing, on your outlines, on your sales elements, it helps. Because even if you are a strong writer, that doesn't mean that you're a strong marketer. That doesn't mean that you're a strong salesman. And most writing coaches can help with the writing, but they don't realize that the things that they're doing is also setting the stage for marketing and monetization success. And so if you want to monetize your book beyond the book, it's extremely important to work with someone that understands the business side as well as they do the writing side. And this is where people fall off. They think they can just go write the book and then they're going to have all the success. And now you've written the book, but now you're not doing anything to grow your brand. You're not doing anything to effectively monetize. Or maybe you are, and your efforts just are not working. That means that you need some help. If you keep doing the same thing the same way and getting the same results, you need expert guidance to help you transition and get out of that rut. Now, one of the things we've got to I'm just going to say it, we got to get past the ego. We've got to get past the ego, and we've got to get past the fear. We also have to get past the previous poor choices, meaning that if you've hired people in the past to work with in a coaching or consulting capacity, and it ended up not going the way that you liked, you can't use that you can't allow those one or two circumstances to totally hold you back and be the reason why you don't continue to move forward, or why you don't continue to hire people to help you. At the end of the day, you have three choices. You can stay exactly where you are. You can read books and then do your best to implement what you've learned from the book. Or you can hire somebody that's been where you are, that's doing what you want to do, that has a track record of success to help you accelerate your progress. And it really is as simple as that. One of the things that I've always done that I contribute to my success is that I've always kept a coach. I've always kept a consultant, and I am a good student. I ask the questions. I show up to the calls. I implement the changes. I do the work. And that's one of the reasons why I honestly feel like I've continued to grow over the years. I want you to understand that there's value in you hiring someone to help you. Even if you're smart, even if you're already successful, even if you already have a certain level of success, there's someone that can help you go to the next level, because they can see the blind spots. They can see the things that's coming up ahead that you may not be aware of or are paying attention to. Continuous growth and continuous improvement is necessary when you are on the path to success. And one of my favorite Bible scriptures, I have to look up the actual scripture because I did not write this in my notes. But in a multitude of counselors, there is wisdom. In a multitude of counselors, there's wisdom. That's from Proverbs 11:14. Where there is no wise, intelligent guidance, the people fall and go off course like a ship without a helm. But in the abundance of wise and godly counselors, there's victory. Who are the counselors in your life? I find that educated folks value counselors when it comes to education or their career. But when it comes to marriage counseling, when it comes to health and fitness counseling, when it comes to business counseling, oftentimes there can be some type of apprehension with moving forward. The word says in a multitude of counselors, there is wisdom. Get the counseling that you need so that you can attain the wisdom necessary to ascend to different heights in your business and in your life. And with that note, we're closing out. Thank you so much for listening to another wonderful episode of the Published and Paid podcast. Listen, I want to hear back from you. If this was helpful for you, please make sure that you leave a review, share this out with someone that you know that needs it. And if you are looking for a coach, if you're looking for a consultant, we have a variety of programs along with bespoke one-on-one coaching packages. Okay. So you can visit my website at www.jasminewomack.com to learn more about the Authority Collective. If you are interested in writing your book or building your brand, to learn more about the Published and Paid Academy. If you're interested in turning your book into a coaching program, and if you're already past the 6-figure mark and you are looking to grow your team, you're looking to create hiring processes in your business, you're looking to develop your SOPs, grow and develop in your own leadership, and leverage virtual and live events to scale your business, then you definitely want to be part of the mastermind. So take a look at www.jasminewomack.com to learn more about our group coaching programs. And if you're interested in a one-on-one option, my one-on-one coaching is an investment. All right. And so you can email in at hello@jasminewomack.com if you're interested in learning more about that. And until then, peace, love, and impact.